April 13th, 2020. This is John Hoffs, and it's the 13th day of the 30 days to slow the spread of the coronavirus. It almost feels like that terminology is almost on the verge of becoming antiquated, because I get a distinct feeling from the news and from the newspapers that we are sort of at the peak, that this is going to be over sooner rather than later. And my gut tells me that just to be safe, a lot of people will prefer that the recommendations to slow the spread be extended. I think 15 days could be a possible candidate for how long it would be extended, but from a selfish point of view, I prefer it be over at the end of the month. And for those of you who have been listening to me each day, I produce about a 5-minute YouTube video sort of to document or chronicle my day experiencing the historic self-quarantining of a nation. And I still find it puzzling that it's such a great sacrifice. It feels like such a great sacrifice, yet we're not being asked to do anything that is very difficult, other than socially, of course. We're not asked to be doing any hard labor or to take up arms or to, go into bomb shelters, or who knows what there could be that would be much worse than this. I don't want to minimize the difficulty, but I only bring it up as a way of mitigating it itself, mitigating the crisis, using that word totally differently to refer to minimizing the impact of the stay at home, don't go out, amuse yourselves, make the best of it attitude. And I can't say that I could come up with any better attitude than that. It's really been an experiment, a mass experiment, with the exception of essential workers and healthcare workers. It's an exercise in being told to stay home, don't go to work, do whatever you want at home, just don't get within 6 feet of other people unless you know for sure that they don't have the virus. So maybe within families that could be the case. And aside from that, we're left to our own devices. And as I said yesterday, we make routines to fill up the blocks of time and make the day go by faster. And I've also remarked that, to me, the days go by much faster than I ever would have thought that they would. And I don't really understand why. So at some point, you get a feeling that, I don't really know anything, and I'm really not anybody of importance, and what does it all mean, and what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And that can be very anxiety producing in itself. Um, I would say that the preferred attitude, which I would like to have, and I can adopt it right now if I want, which is this attitude that it's going to be great. You'll have a chance to do so many things that you put off doing because you thought you'd get to them someday, but now you see how fragile life is, and that you could be cut short. It could be your life could be cut short by this virus, and thank God it wasn't more pervasive than it might have been, and thank God you didn't catch it, and or your loved ones succumb to it, and you know that would be a good attitude, and I think if I could generate that kind of attitude in the 17 days remaining of this particular order, I think I would be happier. I've kind of hit a wall, and I think today is a good opportunity to, since it's kind of almost getting close to halfway in the month, I think today would be a good day to make some improvements. So that's it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.